Hi everybody, this is Jared, and today's date is February 10th, 2017, and I'm coming to you on a Friday instead of a Thursday like I normally do, and I just got a little sidetracked, but I'm here, and I'm not going to worry about that. I am here, of course, to recite a poem from today's featured poet, and that would be Mr. Yusef Komunyakaa, and I'll reiterate that. That's Yusef Komunyakaa. And let me give you a little bio on the aforementioned poet. He was born in 1947 in Bogalusa, Louisiana, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Who is the son of a carpenter. He has said that he was first alerted to the power of language through his grandparents, who were church people. He goes on to say that the sound of the Old Testament informed the cadences of their speech, and he was first. It was my first introduction to poetry. Sorry about that. He went on to serve in the Vietnam War as a correspondent. He was managing editor of the Southern Cross during that war, for which he received a Bronze Star. He earned a BA from the University of Colorado Springs on the GI Bill, an MA from Colorado State University, and an MFA from the University of California, Irvine. In his poetry, Mr. Komunyakaa weaves together personal narrative, jazz rhythms, and vernacular language to create complex images of life in peace and in war. He has been described in an issue of the New York Times as Wordsworthian. A very powerful compliment, adding that the poetry has a worldly, philosophic mind. His poems, many of which are built on fiercely autobiographical details about his stint in Vietnam, about his childhood, deal with the stains that experience leaves on a life, and they are often achingly suggestive without resolution. Mr. Komunyakaa has a great deal of poetry collections, starting with Dedications and Other Dark Horses, which was published in 1977. That was followed by Lost in the Bone Wheel Factory in 1979, and that was followed by Copacetic in 1984. He went on to publish in 1986, 88, well into the 90s, up into the 2000s. His most recent book being Emperor of Water Clocks, which was published in 2015. He also won a score of awards as well for his work, including the Wallace Stevens Award, which was in 2011. With that being said, I'm going to recite one of my favorite poems by Mr. Komunyakaa, and this one is entitled Slam, Dunk, and Hook. And I repeat that, that's Slam, Dunk, and Hook by Yusef Komunyakaa. Muscles were a bright motor, double flashing to the metal hoop nailed to our oak. When Sonny Boy's mama died, he played non-stop all day so hard our backboard splintered. Glistening with sweat, we rolled the ball off our fingertips. Trouble was there, slapping a blackjack against an open palm. Drivel, drive to the inside, and glide like a sparrowhawk. Layups, fast breaks. We had moves we didn't know we had. Our bodies spun on swivels of bone and faith, through a lyric slip knot of joy, and we knew we were beautiful and dangerous. I like that poem. I like this poem a great deal. It gives a great deal of imagery of probably what it would be like to, and I can see it in my head, what it would be like to be a young guy with his friends playing basketball during that time. And I hope you guys enjoyed that poem, Slam, Dunk, and Hook by Yusef Komunyakaa. I think I might visit this particular poet again in the future. But until that time, I will be back on the 23rd of this month. Of course, I do this every other Thursday, but I'm coming to you today on the Friday. And that'll be on the 23rd of this month. And until then, stay tuned. Keep reading.